Thursday Love. Thursday Love. Are you chewing something? What is it? Spit that out. Sorry, y'all. Hey.
Is that how we start the live?
Like you about to swallow your throat. I mean, your tongue.
I was trying to fix it.
No, negative. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Thursday Love with TJ and Sherrie.
You don't even know your own name.
I know my name. I was trying to make sure I remembered yours.
Lord, no. Anyway. Hey, everybody. Come on in. Come on in the room. Come on in the room.
Come on in where the table is spread.
Come on in, everybody. The
feast of the Lord is going on. Come on in where the table is spread at the feast of the Lord.
Hey, Mary.
Mary. Hey, Mary.
Hey, Trivia.
Hey, Trivia.
I know. He said swallow your throat. Like, really? See, I knew somebody heard you. I
corrected myself. I said swallow your tongue.
I knew somebody heard
All the
you.
way it sounded like he was swallowing something that didn't have nothing to do with God's creations.
Welcome, everybody, to Thursday Love. If you have a moment, hit your share button, tag some friends. We are about to get into it tonight. Because TJ done got on my already. But anyway, she said, yep, I sure did. I
expect y'all to stick together. If George is up here, he will root for me. So I'll take that for right now.
We doing good, Trivia. We sleepy, but we good.
Sherry's sleepy.
TJ hungry. Oh, that's right, because he took a nap. He took a nap today.
I'm hungry because, ladies, I want to pose this real quick before we get into it tonight. So how important it is for you to eat with your spouse, all right? How important is it for you to eat with your spouse? And why y'all
eat dinner.
Eat, period. Eat dinner, eat breakfast, eat snacks, eat cookies, eat the word, whatever. So I'm sitting in my room. Those that don't know, I'm still in school. So I'm sitting in my room. You know what I'm saying? Because for the last 2 nights, y'all, 3 nights, we've been eating together. All right. And I'll say, hey, Sherrie, hey, you want to come eat with me? Or I want to go upstairs. No, can you want to come eat with me for a little bit? So the last 3 nights we've been eating together. So I'm thinking she gets home and I'm in my room, whatever, because I'm studying. And I'm thinking, okay, well, you know what? Don't eat, TJ. Don't eat. Your stomach is growling and you are hungry, but don't eat because your wife is on something important. And it is very important that you eat with her. So don't eat anything, even though you're hungry and you got the sweats, but don't eat because it's important that you spend that time with your wife. Unbeknownst to me, she already upstairs eating and I'm still in the room hungry. And so I come up here before this and I'm saying, hey, Sherrie, hey, what you want to make sure, who the food downstairs? Oh, it's your food. I bought it for you. I look on the bed and there's an empty plate that ain't no salad in. She already ate and didn't even tell me. So now I'm doing Thursday Love hungry. And she got a full stomach.
I tell you feel some type of way about it.
My stomach feels some type of way because it's growling. If y'all hear something, it ain't gas. It's my stomach. Yes, that's why I said she was swallowing her throat. Because my stomach is turning inside out right now. So if y'all see me put up my bathroom finger, I'm going to eat.
Your bathroom finger.
That's what they use for the slave time, and they use the same thing in the church.
Lord, Jimmy said, "Why then go eat, sir? Gobble it down."
Really? Then she gonna fuss later when she got, "Why you go eat? You know you left me on Thursday by myself. You left me downstairs in my room by myself." Yes, I have some type of way I'm feeling about it because my stomach is letting me know that it is empty.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to hear that now. You saying you sorry with a full stomach. Sorry don't feel my stomach.
Welcome everybody to Thursday Love, another edition of Thursday Love. We are now in the month of April. We had a great month last month. Yeah, his feelings are hurt.
No, my feelings ain't hurt. My stomach is empty. You had to swallow that gum in the first place, so not having you out, you'd be about to choke. Okay.
empty. Sherrie said empty.
Right, empty.
Okay, I'm sorry. Welcome everybody to Thursday Love. I hope y'all enjoyed March Madness last month. We had some amazing couples to come on and share their love story, share their journey with us.
Carolina made it to the finals. They didn't win, but they made it to the finals. So that's all that matters. They made it to the finals.
And South Carolina won.
South Carolina ladies. Look, I have a gripe too.
Shelby said you can laugh better with a full stomach.
I know, right? That's why she can. Anyway, so
y'all can't.
I have a gripe. So, and this has nothing to do with probably any kind of couple. I have a gripe. I feel some type of way that the NCAA don't support women basketball like they do men basketball, because you have when the men did their championship, it was on, what was it, TNT, TBS or whatever. It was on mainstream TV. The women's championship is on
TBS,
ESPN.
Oh, ESPN. Yeah, you're right.
And they're gonna have it on the same night as the Grammys.
They had it on the same night.
And no offense, I'm not even trying to be funny. Men's basketball is exciting to watch. It is exciting to watch. But the thing I love about women basketball is their game is exciting without being able to dunk and do all this crazy stuff, because they hustle like you wouldn't believe.
True.
So I don't think it's fair that every time the women have something that's major, they just throw it in there and they just throw it on the night just to say they did something. That bothered me, because South Carolina drug UConn.
Yes,
they drugged them.
Yes, they did.
They drug them.
Yes, they did.
They drug them. Anyway, that's my that's my gripe.
That's your gripe for the win.
And the referees sucked during the Carolina Kansas game, but we won't go into that either. So anyway, let's go on. Because you can't play against the referees and the team too. But anyway, that's a whole nother scenario. And then you Duke fans, I stand by what I said. Anyway, let's go.
You sure?
I'm trying to do something to take my mind off my empty stomach. So y'all go ahead.
Should I get a release? You got it all out?
I have nothing in me to release.
This is pent up gas?
There is no gas. It's
Trivia said, yep, I concur. Okay. So before we get started tonight, it's a money issue, and yes, the refs were horrible.
Totally believe it. Totally agree. Thank you. Somebody else can say the truth.
I mean, it is a money issue. But it all goes back to men supporting the women. You don't have the fans to come in. It doesn't get the promotion. You don't have people to invest into the women like that. And when you don't have investors, you don't have the marketing or the promotion or whatever, and you don't have the people to come out because of the marketing and promotion. At the end of the day, it's truly just a money issue. Yeah. They don't support them like that.
And plus, they won't let Carolina win like that, man. Because the first half of the game, I'll be honest, the first half of the game, those refs they were calling fair. The first game, they were calling fair.
First half.
The first half, they were calling fair. That second half, man, it was out the gate. So speaking of that, any man up here, please, whatever your wife is aspiring to do, make sure you support her, because she don't get support in the society, in the world. So make sure you support whatever her dreams is, whatever it is. Support what she do, man. It's very important, because women got a hard feet to fight. And go ahead, finish.
No, I was just gonna say we all minorities, but it's like African American women are at the bottom of the totem pole of like.
Yeah, and for all the women that's watching tonight, whenever you have any food, make sure that you ask your husband, you know what I'm saying, if he wants to eat with you, or if you bought food for him, let him know that the food is in the house or something, so that he don't be hungry. All right. That's
okay. I have apologized. I have said I'm sorry. And it's not like I do this every night. I always ask you, baby, are you ready to eat? Baby, are you ready? Whether I cook, whether I go buy it, whatever, I say, baby, are you ready to eat? Because you're in another room. Then I say I'm hungry. I express to you that I'm hungry.
You always say it.
I express to you. I'm ready to eat. But what you do is you stay in your room another 20 minutes, another 30 minutes. You take your time coming out. Sometimes I have to eat alone because I'm waiting on you. So tonight, I admit I did. I grabbed my food. I did not ask. I did not say, baby, are you ready to eat? Because I'm about to eat my food. No, I was on a Zoom call and I told my daughter to go grab the food. I didn't think to ask. So you are right. But you also could have said, like I do to you, you could have also said, well, baby, are you going to eat now? Because I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat. you know, da 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 da. Cause see, I do that to you. I always say, baby, I'm hungry. I'm about to eat.
What I love the most is how you always twist stuff back on me. Because your stomach is still full. Mine is not. You are amazing at that. You have a.
I was trying to let this go, but you keep talking about it.
You have a Grammy Award, a Golden Glove, a Dove, an NCAA championship trophy. You have all of that.
See, Trivia said my husband ain't gonna starve. He makes sure he eats whether I ask him or not.
And that's sad, George. Just sad. Trivia, you too.
Oh God.
That still don't help my empty stomach.
Oh God. All right. So
if I don't say much from here on out, it's because I feel my strength leaving me.
Jesus Christ. He is not gonna let it go. Apparently, he's not gonna let it go.
I ain't frozen it until I get that salad in my system. Right now, that ain't for another 30 minutes.
All right. So come on, let's talk about it. All right.
Talk about what? Talk about being hungry? Ain't nothing to talk about. It still don't help it still don't help.
So I hope y'all enjoyed the March Madness last month. We are now in April. Just a couple of things to get out of the way. He's still in church.
What's up, Angela?
Hey, Angela. So, all right, we want to say a huge congratulations. For if nobody doesn't, if anybody don't know, I can't say it right.
Say the name. Go ahead.
Say a huge congratulations.
No, not that. Keep going. I want to hear the exciting name. Go.
To Supreme Court Justice Jackson. I'm not even going to try to pronounce her first name. I'm not even going to try to mess up her first name. But for those who haven't seen the news yet, Supreme Court Justice, the newly appointed, the first African-American female to Judge Jackson. I am so excited for her because she took it like a champion. God knows she took that hearing like a champion.
You know what I bet? I bet she home now eating. Congratulations. They went out to go eat, you know what I'm saying, to celebrate her her nomination or whatever, or being, crowned is confirmed. But yeah, man. So if anybody saw that that hearing, man, it was crazy. It was crazy. It ain't nowhere in the world. Like, and I'm saying this, man, if y'all don't think, and I get people say they don't see color and all this other stuff, but if y'all don't think race, I don't care about no Republican, no Democrat, no independent. If y'all don't think that racism is real, if y'all didn't see that doggone hearing, then if you saw that hearing, you saw that racism is serious. Like, it is real serious. Because all that, people can say what they want to say. Well, they're just supporting their party. Bull. Them jokers was supporting. No. Them jokers, no. Racism is serious.
They did not want her up there.
They did not want her up there.
They did not want her up there.
And people can say whatever conspiracy theory crap, whatever they want to say. They didn't want that woman up there.
Right.
Period.
Right.
And I believe, hey, Sharana McCaddy.
Hey, Sharana.
Okay. I believe this is very, and since we're talking about women, I think that it's so huge that and she probably won't do everything right. She probably won't. She probably will not. She probably, whatever. But the case is, I think it's very huge that you have a female, not just a female, but an African American female, that is now on the Supreme Court justice. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
And she took them blows that they threw at her, man. She took them like a champ. And the thing is, I think the thing that bothers me is, women have always been painted. I know it's not the topic tonight, but women have always been painted as negative and the aggressor and all of this other stuff. But here's the thing that drives me crazy: you can't treat a woman like you any kind of way and expect her to yes master all the time. Like, everybody has a cut. Everybody has a cutoff.
Hey, George.
What's up, George? Hey, George. Sherrie left me hungry. But anyway, we gonna talk about it a little bit. But you can't treat a woman any kind of way and expect her not to respond. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you want to paint her as being this angry woman. No, she's not angry. She's tired of being treated and manipulated like she's just some scum off the street. You know what I'm saying? Because that woman could have easily flipped, but she had to sit there. Hello, Crystal.
Hey, Lady Crystal.
She had to sit there on that chair and swallow while they took some bogus mess that had nothing to do. The woman's record, which is obvious they didn't look at. The lady's record was better than any Supreme Court justice that was already up there. But they took stuff and they twisted the junk around and they just kept honing mess that made no sense. But she stood there, she sat in that chair, and she took it like a champ. And what's my man named? Cory Booker. My hat goes off to him because He was what she needed. He was
what?
Yeah, he was what she needed. You know what I mean? He was what she needed. Because to sit there and have your character question, and not just question, but it's the way it was questioned. You know what I'm saying? On live TV for the world to see, because they just wait for her to flip so they can say, yep, she can't be nominated because she can't be confirmed because she's angry. No, she's not angry. She's tired.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't expect her, even like, I mean, husband and wives, even as a husband, we can't, even though my stomach is hungry right now, you know what I'm saying? It's growling. It is like, it's like a lion and a bear fighting together. But anyway, my point is, like, as husbands, we can't talk to our wives any kind of way we want to talk to them. We can't treat them any kind of way we talk to them. I mean, any kind of way we want to treat them. We can't make them be our slave wife. You know what I'm saying? We got to respect them. Especially, we got to respect the woman. We got to respect the woman. And we got to get back to the place where we actually respect the women and we protect the women.
But also, too, on the flip side of that, her character spoke volumes for herself. The way she responded under pressure. Like, honestly, we could all take a note from her, like, literally. I mean, because she knew it was coming. She knew it was coming. So I know they had to prep her for it. I knew she had to prep herself. But even in the midst of her admitting some of the flaws that she may have, like about being a mother, you know, I tried my best to be there for them. You know what I'm saying? But there were times I missed out. But at the end of the day, she stood strong. You know what I'm saying? And it was hard.
I think, but the thing that bothers me is, if she had have been Katanja behind the scenes, then people want to scream out, she's not being professional.
Right.
But my question is, at what point in time do the people that's questioning her, because the people that was questioning her was not professional.
Right.
The way they were attacking her character, they were very unprofessional. Yet and still, she had to sit there and take that crap because the world was going to deem her as being unprofessional. When does the person who's doing the harm get the blame and not the person that they're doing it to having to take the blame?
Good question.
Because
good question.
Even though she had to sit there as an African-American female and take that crap and be professional, but those who are accusing her were unprofessional. But they get a pass.
Right.
And that's the thing that bothers me. Nobody should get a pass. Everybody should be professional. If you want me to be professional, then you got to be professional. You can't come off unprofessional but expect me to take your crap.
Right.
And swallow it and just say, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Even though my stomach is growling, I can still say that and mean it.
For those that are up here, if y'all want to chime in, we're talking about the newly appointed, the first African-American female Supreme Court Justice, Jackson. So it's just... I'm not going there. So it's, you know, it's just amazing. We just wanted to highlight that national moment because it was sealed today. If you want to comment on it, because believe me, TJ is going to comment on it.
I can't do it so much because my stomach was so my stomach was talking to me, and I had to turn my head so I wouldn't listen to the enemy.
And other news,
the inner me. There's nothing in me right now, so there was nothing to listen to. But anyway.
But other news, we want to. That was a national moment, but also
good stuff.
A local highlight that, you know, because I like to highlight the good stuff. It seems like we see bad stuff all the time, but I like to highlight the good stuff. One of the good things today that I saw in the news was Frank Dumas, who is a fourth grader at Bethesda Elementary, which just so happened to be where my husband works at. He's a music teacher there. But he won the spelling bee, the district spelling bee, and so he has won a trip to the DC National Spelling Bee. So
this little guy, man, Frank, this boy, this young man, he is one of the most respectful kids I've ever seen in my life. Like, the kid just wants to learn. Like, he just wants to learn. Like, he is a joy to actually teach. And he stood flat-footed on that stage, and he went for broke. Like, if anybody deserves to go to DC, Frank definitely does. And I think he's gonna do a good job. Yeah. They even had today at school, they even had a press conference. If anybody want to see it, you can go to Facebook, you can go to WTV, WTVD 11, and they had a whole 12-minute press conference today on Frank, man. He's gonna do a great job.
And that's amazing. But then also, like you said, it's April. So last month we did March, or Marriage and Ministry. So it's April, and I wanted to do something different this month. Last year we brought up different couples married to a musician and so forth. So I wanted to highlight certain things. But the thing is, we tend to highlight the areas that get the most publicity. Did I say it right?
Say it again. Say it fast.
Publicity.
Say it one more time.
Publicity.
Say her first name.
I'm not messing with you, but yeah, and so everybody knows that April is the month or the awareness month of autism.
April is the month where God is going to shower down His blessings upon your life. If you believe right now, lift your hands and receive it. And I'm serious.
Even in the midst of His empty gas.
Lift your hands and receive the blessings for our household. God is going to shower you down. I speak prophetically now that God is going to, I'm serious. God is going to shower your household with blessings. The things you've been praying for, God is going to release them in the month of April. In Jesus' name. Let's get back to this.
And that's just it. So I'm not knocking that April is the month of autism awareness, but there are other awarenesses that are out there that don't get highlighted as much. There's so many awarenesses.
Thank you, Mary. Somebody received it. Thank you. Somebody received
There's so many awarenesses every month, and there's certain ones that get highlighted every month. And the main one that gets highlighted mostly this month is autism. And so I know we have a couple up here, George and Trevia, and they have their daughter. And it's a few other couples that we know that they have children with special needs, and we're always in support of them. But then there are other awarenesses that don't get highlighted as much. And just to name a few, and the reason why I want to name them, because they don't get highlighted as much, because it's not something that people will really talk about publicly. You know what I'm saying? And one of the main ones that April is also known for Sexual Assault Awareness Month. It's known for Sexual Assault Awareness Month. It's known for Stress Awareness Month. It's also known for sarcoidosis awareness month, Parkinson's disease, different types of cancers, as well as alcohol awareness.
Y'all, it is even two things. It's a National Brunch Month, and it's what's the other one? National Sore Foods Month. I have none of that in my stomach right now. But keep going. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I'm in here trying to make a point.
You are, and I'm
and he is messing it all up. And it's also Child Abuse Month.
Yeah.
Most of these that are up here that are listed.
Thank you, George. Tonight it's a food awareness, though. Yes, right. That's right. During this month.
Really, George?
Thank you. I knew.
Really,
I knew I was going to have some support. I couldn't wait. I knew I was going to have support. TV help you out, George, right there. Mm-hmm. Thank you, George.
But those type of awareness, such as alcohol awareness.
Wow.
Sexual assault, child abuse, those type of awareness, we would love to have a guest to come up here and talk about those type of things. But we also know those type of awareness, people do not talk about, because sarcoidosis. Your mother has sarcoidosis. My uncle has sarcoidosis. And that's the thing. Those are the type of awarenesses that most people don't get. They don't get that type of attention.
Wow. Hold on.
And so you really,
I was just gonna read
really,
I was gonna read some of them.
Really?
Go ahead, babe. I was gonna read some of them.
What?
I was gonna read some of them.
Read.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, read.
So you have English language month, I can't say the word, esophageal cancer awareness month,
cancer,
limb and loss and limb difference awareness month, National Month of Hope, National Canine Fitness Month, National Financial Literacy Month, National Internship Awareness Month, Distracted Driving Awareness Month, National Child Abuse, as you said, National Donate Life, National Cannabis, National Fair Housing Month, Month of Military Child, International Guitar Month, Keeping America Beautiful, Lawn and Garden, National Autism Course, National Couples Appreciation. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Well, we're not going to go there. National Decoration Month, National Fresh Salary, National Garden Month, National Humor Month, National Jazz Appreciation, National Pretzel Month. There we go, talking about food. National Soy Food, National Straw Hat Month.
We're going to go to that in a whole
National Parkinson's. It's just amazing that all of this stuff is in the month of
April. And it's how it is for every month. You got over 20 to 50 awarenesses in 1 month, but only like 1 or 2 really get highlighted. And I was just naming a few of them that are really sensitive subjects, such as child abuse, such as alcohol awareness and sexual assault. Those type of things do not get
welcome, Joyce.
They do not get any attention. And I was thinking about how certain people go through a lot of things in this world. And because people have gone through a lot of things in this world, that's why you got all these different types of awarenesses each month. Because somewhere somebody is suffering silently, or their voice is not as loud because of certain things that they go through. Something you would think as simple as distracted driving awareness month. Like, why would they even have that? Well, we have to have that in that day and time because social media, everybody on their cell phones.
Some people, sleep. Some people haven't. Honestly, sometimes you have a conversation. And I'm not even being funny, but like you're driving, and I don't care, wife or husband is on social media, and they're like, look. Right. Well, how can you look at what they're showing you and pay attention to the highway at the same time? Or you even to the point where you can be reaching out and get something. You know what I'm saying? Being distracted. Yeah. So, and the thing is too, because of so much stuff going on, that's why you got to be careful of how you treat people, because you never know. You talked about suffering silently. You never know what somebody's going through. You know what I'm saying? Just because you see somebody with a face, or just because your spouse, you know what I'm saying, is smiling and laughing, internally they could be dying on the inside. You know what I mean? So that's why I think it's so important to check on people. It's important is to check on people to see, I don't care, friends, whatever, to check on them just to see how they're doing. If it's nothing but as simple as a text, you know what I'm saying? Because, a lot of us don't do phone calls anymore. If it's just a simple text, to check on them and see how they're doing. Your spouse, you know what I'm saying? Hey, baby, how you doing? Is everything okay? How was work? You know what I'm saying? How you feeling okay? Anything you need to talk about? You know what I'm saying? Or just simply do something nice for them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes what they go through, they can't fully express it through words. So from a spouse, a simple flowers, a simple gesture, you know what I'm saying? It lets them know, look, even though I'm going through something and I can't talk about it right now because I can't put it into words, but there is somebody who care about me. And so because I know somebody care about me, it gives me the strength to live another day.
So, and as like Trivia stated earlier that her mother has sarcoidosis, and I stated my uncle has sarcoidosis. Do somebody out there have something? And it a lot of times we don't advocate for certain awarenesses until we go through it,
or until it becomes until it's a big old thing. You know what I'm saying? That's all I had to say.
Oh, I thought you was going to say
I can't say it so much because I'm trying to reserve my energy.
I thought you was going to say something else. I was like,
No, I was looking for energy. Like I'm getting sweaty.
Oh, Lord. Anyway, but, awareness. Each month, there's something. What in your marriage are you being aware of? We was going to turn this into a Thursday Love moment, and that's what I was trying to get to. Awareness, April awareness. What are you being aware of that you did not notice before? Like in this day and time, in April 2022, what in your marriage or your relationship with your significant other have you noticed? What are you aware of? Are you notice some of their great things that they're doing, the good things that they're doing, the good things they're trying to do? Or are you only aware or noticing the bad things that they're doing and you're not saying anything? Because like I stated, a lot of these awarenesses, out of all these awarenesses, only one or two are highly noted. And we understand it, we get it. I totally support it and praying for them. But then there's the ones that are just as serious too, like Stress Awareness Month. Who knew that April was Stress Awareness Month? How many of us are aware of our level of stress that we go through every day?
What can I do to alleviate the stress in your life?
You're already doing it. You check on me to see how I'm doing. You if I call you, even though I know you in the middle of something, and I call you and I say, babe, I just need a hug, you'll stop what you're doing and you'll come give me a hug. And that makes me feel better. So it's like you already doing things that make me feel good.
So one of the things that
I'm aware that I am going to eat whether treatment feeds me or not.
See, George, I decided not to do that tonight, man. I decided to wait for my wife, and I see that was a huge mistake. So from here on out, I think I'm gonna still wait for her. Even though I'm hungry right now, I'm gonna still wait for her because I think that's so important. But anyway, I'm aware that I know. I'm aware and know now more. That's
I'm
good
aware
stuff.
and know now more of my vows.
That's good stuff.
We don't understand the vows that we take because we're so excited about the moment of the ceremony.
Yeah.
We really don't think about those vows. It's not until life start happening we really think about those vows. Those vows really start to come into fruition. They're like, okay, what does this really mean?
And I ask you that question because my goal as a husband, seriously, my goal as a husband is to do whatever I can do to alleviate the stress in your life, especially since the thing that you've gone through in the last couple of years.
Right.
Like I look for the opportunity to take off stress. And I know I don't cook like I should. But I do. I look for opportunities to alleviate the stress because I don't want to be the reason why you're stressing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's my goal. Like whatever it is happening in your life, I don't want to be the reason why it's happening. You know what I'm saying? That's like my daily goal. So I look for the opportunity. I'm thinking, okay, man, what can I do today? What can I do today? What can I do today? How can I do it? Can I make the bed up? Can I whatever? What can I do today to eliminate the stress? Can I make you laugh? Because laughter can, it relieves a lot of stress. But what can I do today? It's kind of like my relationship with God. What can I do to please God? And to relieve the stress off our relationship. So what can I do to relieve the stress off of this relationship? And that's the thing.
And that's just it. Are you intentionally being aware of what your spouse is doing or not doing? Because I think a lot of times, for some of us, we get married. That's mine. We get married. We have the honeymoon phase, and then we get into life. And then life comes and life happens and we get and we get consumed by it and we get into this habit of going to work every day, taking care of the kids and come back, and we're not paying attention to our own individual needs, let alone our spouse's individual needs. What are we aware of? Are you intentionally trying to be aware? Because with him willingly trying to take stress away from me, I'm still trying to be cognizant myself. I'm aware of the fact that he's trying. I'm aware of the fact that he's doing whatever he can to make me feel better. So what can I do to make him feel better? What can I do to help him, in the same aspect? What have you paid attention to lately? What have you become aware of? What things are you highlighting? Are you highlighting all the negative things that they do or the things that they don't do? Or are you actually honestly paying attention and noticing the great things that they're trying to do or the good things that they do? You know what I'm saying? Not just for themselves, but for you or for the family. Because what I've noticed, what I've become aware of with my husband, that he honestly, that I didn't pay attention to before. Honestly, it's hard to say I didn't pay attention to. I noticed it, but it's like I seriously didn't pay attention to it until honestly we start going through it. At the end of the day, TJ, mine is making sure we are protected as a family and we are provided for. And so literally he will put other things on the back burner to make sure that we are good. And that means cutting off everybody and everything. Literally, that means cutting off everybody and everything so that we are good. If Sherrie, Zariah, Anaya, and Taylor are not taken care of, TJ is going to do whatever, and I mean whatever, and he will cut off whoever to make sure that we are taken care of.
Well, I do that because don't get me wrong. I mean, pastor now, guy. You know what I'm saying? That's a huge part of before I said this, Trivia, that's a good Trivia. She's used to doing everything for herself. She's doing stuff for everybody else. But she realized now that she needs to take time for herself. And that's very important because my thing is, if you're not taking care of yourself, you're no good to anybody else. And I'm not saying you need to only think about yourself, but in the process of doing everything that you do, self needs to be a priority. You know what I mean? Self needs to be a very good priority. But my thing is, I made a vow before God at the altar.
Mary said,
Mary said, "Oh, I'm aware of I'm aware of his behaviors and actions ever since surgery. Lord, good. That's great. And you know what? Honestly, sometimes God allows certain things to happen to bring awareness for us to see certain sides and certain different things. We was talking about Paul on Sunday or whatever, and how sometimes God allows things to happen in our lives to to get our attention, to help us go to that next level.
Yeah,
you know
we get buffeted for righteousness' sake.
We get buffeted, right?
Mhm.
That's what Paul was talking about. How he asked God to take that thorn away from him.
Mhm.
Take that thing away from him, and God, and basically God said no. You know what I'm saying? He even sent angels, was like, no. He sent angels. God sent angels to torment him, but he said, I'm not taking it away. You know what I'm saying? So I think God deliberately does things sometimes. That He sends stuff our way to help us to be aware. But what I was saying was, I made a vow to God in front of a lot of people, but I made a vow to God and I made a promise to you. And that was, saying bottom line, do my job as a husband. And I said, we're doing ministry, but ministry doesn't come before my family.
Right.
Ministry doesn't come before my wife. Ministry doesn't come before my children. Ministry doesn't come before my family, period. And if those who are watching, husband, wives, whatever, if you're in ministry or you're thinking about going to ministry or whatever the case is, ministry does not come. When I mean ministry, I'm talking about church ministry, because in actuality, this is my first ministry. Like my relationship with God, this is my wife, my family is my first ministry. If my house is in shambles, I can't adequately preach to people and tell people about Jesus and how much He's a loving God, how much He's a forgiving God and an all-knowing, all-seeing God. When I'm slapping my wife around, I'm treating my wife any kind of way, I'm putting my hands on my wife, I'm disrespecting my wife in front of my children, in front of everything, because my children are watching me. Right. They're watching how their husband should treat them and how their husband should treat their kids and how their relationship should be. You know what I'm saying? So I nothing to me is more important than this ministry, me and you. Because we got to be together. And the thing is, people ain't crazy. People know if your marriage is garbage. And you know what I'm saying? They can see it. People ain't dumb no more. People can see. And I'm gonna tell you, if your husband or your wife is preaching and that husband or that wife is sitting there looking like you a hypocrite, I promise you, their household is in shambles. You know what I'm saying? Charity begins at home and spreads abroad. Which means you got to get that home together first. You got to learn how to treat. I'm saying from a husband's point of view because I'm a husband. You got to treat that wife right. You got to learn how to talk to that wife. You got to be what that wife needs. So that means that
for the wives.
So that means I got to cut some stuff off to do. And I did. I made a huge sacrifice. Literally,
yes,
I made a sacrifice so huge. I ain't even going there. I made a humongous sacrifice for my marriage.
Hey, Mama Diane.
It would have produced some nice financial residuals. And I believe God is going to give it to me on the back end. But what was more important to me at that point in time was my marriage. So yes, I sacrificed huge and I don't regret sacrificing it because it has built what we have today. Is our marriage perfect? It is not. You know what I'm saying? And when you talk about one of the things that I become more aware of in our marriage or in the marriage, I've become more aware of that we need to do a little better in communication. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think you can always do better with communication because like you said a while ago, there's different forms of communication.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So once we get one form together, then we got to work on another form of communication.
Right.
There's different levels. So our communication is one of the things that I think we should continue to strive, because you can't read my mind and I can't read yours either. Even though we can prophesy, but even the Bible says we know and we prophesy in part, which means that God's going to give you certain things and certain things He's not going to give you. So that means you got to open up your mouth, you know what I'm saying, and tell your spouse how you feel.
Okay. George says, I am more aware as the years go by that we are truly a team. And we got each other's back, putting our heads together through some valley experiences. We come first. That is most definitely. I just want to read the definition of awareness.
Team.
Yeah, I want to read the definition of awareness. It says awareness is a state or ability to perceive, which is perception, and also feel or to be conscious of events, objects, and sensory patterns. Like basically, not only do I have to have a certain perception, but I also got to feel this thing.
And your perception has to be correct.
Yeah.
Because you can have the wrong perception.
Right. And awareness to me is like being, as the conscious people say, awoke. Are you woke? You know what I'm saying? It's basically now your eyes are finally opened up and really seeing the truth here. Like God really takes the shades off your eyes and you can see the truth here. You know what I'm saying? My husband or my spouse is not a manipulator or a controller. They just want the best for me. I can really see that this person really cares for me and loves me. I am aware that they really want to spend time with me, but it's hard for them. I see that they want to be affectionate. But they didn't grow up that way. So they're really trying, it opens your eyes when you become aware of your spouse or you become aware of yourself. Like even Tria said, with self-care, I've noticed in this season, I am not the same person I was 3 years ago. I am totally not the same person
But
that I
you're
was
better.
3 years
You're
ago.
better.
And I'm coming fully aware of who I am. And that means some good things about me from my past that now who God is forming and now to my present and future. You know what I'm saying? As along with my husband, you know what I'm saying? I'm becoming aware of who God is calling him to be, not the picture I created in my mind of who I think he should be, but who God has actually called him to be and how God is molding him to be the man he's called him to be. So being aware or having awareness of what's going on in your relationship, that is a whole nother level as well. A lot of times we like to sweep things under the rug. How many of us are hiding or choosing not to have certain conversations because we're scared about what the other spouse is thinking? We're scared of how they're going to react. We're scared we're going to lose the comfort of the protection and the provision because we don't want to have that conversation, that hard conversation. And so a lot of us choose to be quiet and silenced in that. And these are the certain things that we need to be aware of. What is really happening in our relationship? Are we with one accord? Or are we up and down? Are we fussing at each other? What are we doing to become more aware of what is going on in our relationship? Because if we become more aware, if our eyes open up to what's really happening in your individual self or in the couple itself, then it makes it better because then you open the door for truthful conversations, honest conversations, to be vulnerable with each other and come to a place to where you can compromise and walk it through and talk it through instead of suffering in silence and damaging yourself.
Yeah.
Because one thing about one of the awareness, it says stress awareness. Stress is a silent killer. If you holding stuff in, you're literally you're physically killing yourself.
It is fact that it's
on the inside. You're physically causing diseases and infirmities to take root in your body because you're stressing out. And if you don't believe me, look it up. The doctors talk about it all the time because you're stressed and worried and you're not releasing this information off you wonder why you're having a heart attack. You wonder why you got high blood pressure or a stroke. You know, any of those things, or you got cancer forming, or you got a knot here or something like that. Those type of things. Ulcers. Those type of things happen from stress. Are you aware of your actions that are going forth every day, not only with you, but with your spouse, with your marriage, with your partnership, your relationship, even with your relationship with God? What are you aware of?
And the thing is, you can't be effectively aware if you're selfish.
Right.
And I mean with your spouse, or, and this people might sound crazy, but being selfish with yourself, being selfish with your body. Trivia, that's a great thing because what we do is we I'm so busy, you know, I can't see what's going on with you because I'm thinking about myself all the time. But at some point in time, I'd have to think about myself. You know what I'm saying? I have to make sure that I am in the best condition. I have to say to myself, look, hey, you know, I got to make sure that you're together. You know what I'm saying? I got to make sure you're together. So I got to make sure I'm together so I can be what you need. And not taking care of myself is selfish.
Right.
Literally, not taking care of myself is selfish because if I get sick, who has to take care of me? You, or I have to go to something, whatever, you know what I'm saying? However, it's going to put more stress on what's already there.
Especially if you're in a relationship.
If you're in a relationship. Right.
Yes.
That's what I'm speaking.
So marriage.
It's selfish of me not to take care of myself. And at the same time, it's selfish of me not to become aware of what you need. You know what I'm saying? So it goes all, sometimes go to the, I don't do it, but one time I've done it. But yes, if you need to go to the spa, go to it. You know what I'm saying? If you need to go walking, go do it. If you need to work out, go do it. If you need to go to the doctor, go do it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you need to do to make sure that you're in top shape to be what you need to be for your spouse, do it if it's legal. And it's not going to cause harm to your marriage. Let me put that in there. Let me put that clause. If you need to spend more time with God, whatever you need to do to make sure that you're what you need to be for your spouse, preaching to the choir, do it.
George says, being transparent, I have become aware that my stress level is through the roof, especially in listening to my body recently.
George, your stress level build roofs.
What?
It just don't go through the roof. It builds roofs.
Oh, Lord Jesus. We didn't want to stay up here long, but like I said, we wanted to, I was looking for things to talk about, and I know April mainly is the month of autism awareness, and my heart goes out to those babies with special needs and the parents, single parents. And last year we did mommy and me moments, and I did a segment on autism and Down syndrome, and had two single parents to come up here and talk about their life joys and their life lows as far as having kids with special needs. But I also wanted to just say tonight when we came up here, I wanted to just say awareness, period. You know, the word awareness, to be perceptive, not only be perceptive, but to feel what is going on. In today's time, like with the war going on in Ukraine and Russia, with racism that's still going on, kids are still killing themselves. Suicide is so high. Marriages are being destroyed for so many reasons. It's so many things that are going on in this world. The list goes on and on. Hey, Pastor Dawkins. The list goes on and on and on. And then not to mention the things in this world, but the things that are going on locally in your home, in your community, in your home, it can be distracting. It can really get you lost. That's the word I'm looking for. Get you lost in life. Yeah. And for those like us, we serve God. And if you serve God and you keep your eyes and your focus on God, he'll have you aware of what's going on. Yeah. He'll have you aware at all times. He will have you neither looking to the left nor the right, but keep your eyes focused on him. And he will have you paying attention to everything that is around you. And I'm not just talking about being aware of yourself and being aware of your marriage and your spouse, but also being aware of your surroundings. Yeah. Who is in your circle that is healthy? Who is in your circle that God wants? Let me put it like this. Who is in your circle that God wants you to want to be in your circle, that God wants to have in your circle? Who is in your environment? You know what I'm saying? Is certain family healthy? Is certain friends healthy? You know what I'm saying? Has God ordained this for you? Are you aware of what's going on your job? Are you aware what is going on in your community? Are you aware the type of friends your children talk to? Are you aware what social media sites they look at? Like, it's like paying attention to everything. Don't get so consumed in one thing or just you in your life, because there's a lot going on and we have to pay attention. You have to see it. If not, you'll find yourself dying a slow death to the things that are around you.
And not even know that you're dying.
Again,
the silent killer.
The silent killer.
So since we're talking about, guys, we're talking about awareness. Mm-hmm. I want to bring something to you guys' attention. June, this year, this is 2022, right? June 1st, which is a Wednesday, is National Candy Day. All right. So you can eat whatever candy. Matter of fact, you can the whole month, actually, the month date, starting June the 1st. You can eat Wednesday to Wednesday. You can eat as much candy as you desire without having to feel convicted or whatever the case may be. All right. I just want to throw that, guys. I eat chewy stuff. Just want y'all to know that, so you can be aware of that. All right.
I really thought he was gonna come and say something really important. Like, I mean, he went on the internet.
That was important,
and I didn't even look to see what he Googled.
That was important.
I really thought.
Thank you, George.
Whatever, George.
Thank you.
Whatever. All I know is I thought he was about to say something majorly important, and this is what he said.
Yes, that is majorly important. See, we're talking about awareness here. You got to be aware of your husband here.
Jesus Christ!
It's like you weren't aware that I was hungry today.
I was aware that you were hungry.
So you selfishly was aware that no, she did go get the food. But
that's what I'm sitting like.
But you was aware that I was hungry, but yet you still ate your salad.
We thank everybody. We thank everybody for tuning in tonight.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Pastor Dawkins. Thank you, Pastor. Thank you, Pastor. Thank you.
We thank everybody for tuning in to Thursday Love on tonight.
Don't get off when they talk about candy. It's important.
We will not be on next week because next week is Holy Week. Yeah. How many are excited about Holy Week? You're supposed to be excited about Holy Week.
I was about to let you finish.
Oh, so you're supposed to say yeah.
Okay.
Talking about this is majorly important, Sherrie Star person.
So listen up. So those of us know, we our church pastor teacher. Hey, thank you, George. I'm about to go fulfill it. Who passes the Restoration Tabernacle Praise. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Each day we're gonna do something small to commemorate each day.
Mm-hmm.
So please be on the lookout for that. Maybe we'll put out a flyer or something for that, but just be on the lookout for that. Try to join us. And not only that, we're going to consecrate Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I know this is Thursday Love, and it's not quote unquote a church setting, but we're going to consecrate Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 6 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do Absolute from 6 to 3. And I'll say consecrate on a couple of things. Consecrate on, things you want from God. Consecrate for your marriage. You know what I'm saying? Consecrate. We was talking about personal stuff. Consecrate for some things you want God to do personally in you so that you can become a better woman or become a better man, become a better husband, become a better wife, just become a better person, period. A better child of God.
Right.
There's some things that God won't take away, but consecrate that God helps you to keep those things under subjection, keep those things under control.
Or just pray and ask God to help me be more aware.
Keep praying and ask God to help me be more aware. And just pray for the nation, pray for the country. Let's just get it in. You know what I'm saying? People say, it's praying time. It's always praying time. You know what I'm saying? Things have always been bad. You just haven't been aware that they've been bad, or hasn't been on. We didn't have social media like that, or whatever the case is. I also tell you, be aware of what's being put in front of your face, because a lot of times the stuff that's being put in front of your face is not really what's really going on. You got to be aware of what's going on behind the scenes, because this is stuff behind the scenes, and it's the stuff that's done in secret. That's really going to destroy. So don't just look at what the media puts out there, because the media wants to control you to keep you sidetracked. But look at and ask God, what's really going on behind the scenes that's going to affect what's going on. I know you have the Ukraine and Ukraine and the Russia and all that stuff, but it's something bigger that's going on. Bills are being passed behind the scenes that are not being publicized, and they can keep us distracted. They can sign all the bills they want to, and you won't know it's happening until it's already happened. So let's just become more aware of what's real, what's not being said. We talk about suffering in silence. Let's become more aware of what's not being said versus what is being said, because what's being said can manipulate you to believe that that's what's really going on. But it's the stuff that's not being said that can really destroy you.
Okay. All right. We thank you guys for hanging with us tonight. We thank you as always supporting Thursday Love.
I'm going to eat, y'all.
Y'all pray for TJ and his stomach. He getting ready to go eat.
Oh God, thank you.
All right, we love you guys. Y'all have a great weekend. Be safe out there. Enjoy. We'll see y'all week after next, because we will not be up here next week.
Can't be awareness month. All
right, we love you guys. Take care. Have a good night.
See you, Baker. Thursday Love.